Okay, here we are. I said I'd do a video for the base heads of the rat rod here. And you see the head unit is cheap as shit. And like I said in the previous video, the head unit, I believe, is causing us some issues. So we're going to have to change all that out. Another quick rundown. We have that cheesy head unit. Gotta go. We'll end up putting a double din in here. We have... I'm not sure what model they are, but they're fosgate 8-inch. And then we have those were the 1.5-inch tweets. And these are the 3-inch tweets with another 8-inch back here. The rear package tray. Like I say, the sound quality just isn't as good as it was. I'll turn it on for you guys. You guys can kind of sort of get an idea, but I think the head unit is done. Here we are in the trunk. And what we're looking at is 4. They're dusty as shit. They got rust dust all over them. But they clean up fairly well. But they're T1s. And these are dual 2-ohm speakers. So I have everything wired down to 1 ohm. Everything is in series parallel. Right now we are pushing all the bass through the BD 1500.1. And I do not like it. I think it has a lot more power to be had out of this setup. Excuse me. So I am going to put in a 2500.1 and we'll go from there. I'll probably do one of the constant powers. Looks like we have some juice coming out of the battery, so that thing's got to go. That's going to be one of the issues. We have a low voltage issue on this thing when it really starts cranking. So the alternator's shit. It looks like that battery's shit. I'm not a big fan of these batteries, which I don't know what they are. Oh, just glass. AGMs. 2 AGMs. And that's all the power this thing has, is that one Group 31 and those 2 AGMs right there, which those things are a piece of shits. So I'm sure that's half of the issue too. We have a couple capacitors back here, which I went and bought this whole system complete. We got robbed on it too. I bought it at a local shop called Aspen Sound, and we paid, I think I spent about $8,500 on this out the door. And to be honest with you, I'm much happier with my SCAR equipment for $1,600 out the door. But that's all changing too. All this stuff is dirty. Needs to be cleaned up, but we'll worry about that at a later time. But for now, let's kind of sort of turn it on and let you listen to what it is. And this box, I mean, we built the biggest box I could possible just because I wanted the speakers to face back. And I wanted to use every square inch I could. And this is the only area in the trunk where all 4 speakers would fit all the way across the back, which I'm going to change this. This box is coming out soon, and we're going to end up going with a 4th order. And I'll port it into the cab. But for now, you see this little cheesy piece of shit up here. I did that because it was so thin across the top, so I put a steel plate right there just for reinforcements on the box. You can see it's triple baffled, and it's just cheesy as shit. Slapped it together, and not very well either. The plan is to always take it out, and I wanted to just slap this box together just to see how well it did. Which would have sucked, because if it did well, I would have had to redo it. And it's not horrible. It's just not ideal for the vehicle. Smaller 4th order is going to work a lot better. I'll put the speakers a lot closer together, and it doesn't matter which way they face when they're inside of the box. I'll make a box just big enough, probably a 1-to-1. Could be a 1-to-2. We'll see. I'll look into what's going to sound the best. I might build a couple boxes too. Okay, so for now, let's see what we got here. Let me shut this down. This thing rattles horribly, which I will show you in a moment. As you see up here, the trunk is actually starting to come apart. The rust was pretty bad a couple of years ago, but now this trunk is getting beat up. So the car eventually is going to have to go out in the next couple of years for some rust repair. Trunk lid will end up happening first, but this car will never be restored. I'm going to slap a coat of clear coat on it, and I'm going to paint some graphics on the roof, which you guys will be with me when I do that. But it'll never be restored. I think I'll just do rust repair on it. There needs some rust repair in the floorboard and the trunk pan, and then a little bit on the lower quarter panel back here. And this bumper is in shitty shape too. It ended up having to replace the original one I had on here that I got hooked on driving it around, and I got hooked on a bumper, or excuse me, a curb lip, and it just ripped this corner piece off. So this was the replacement that I had. I need to go back out to the Caddy Ranch and see if I can find some more parts for it. It's a place locally here called the Antique Auto Ranch that has old car supplies. Not much, but they do have some. All right, let's fire this thing up and turn this turd on and see what we got here. And actually, with the voltage drop how it is, I'll just leave the car off. We're not going to listen to it for too awful long anyway. And it seems like we might have some sort of ground issue or something here. There's some noise coming through the speakers, which shouldn't be the case. Like I say, this deck is, just consider it the deck's toast. I have a brand new Alpine to put in here, but I'd rather go doubled in. So we will get into all of this when it's time to start working on this thing. Now, I don't own any of the rights to any music, of course. Oh, here we go. I still express, yo, I don't smoke weed or cess. I don't think that this CD has anything that really hits. Straight off the streets of Compton, dedicated and by most suckers hated. But I got something I want you motherfuckers to know. I really don't give a fuck. Niggas ain't shit in the 90s, I don't trust them.
son-in-law, king of the underground. Good to go with the flow that I throw. Giving you more to let a motherfucker know that I could get wrecked on the set and make it slow. Cause you know I ain't a joke, I'm a motherfucking loke, and my name is.
All right. So, you can see what I mean by rattling. That's almost all you can hear around the outside of this thing anymore. But, I mean, it's beaten. That's enough to flex the trunk on the car next to it, which doesn't take much. It's sitting really close, but it's a nice little setup. Again, this is a giveaway engine, so as soon as I start getting, I don't know, 75,000, 100,000 subscribers, if and when we get up there, this thing will be getting given away. We're going to dyno tune it in the meantime, so it has numbers behind it and whatnot. But that's unimportant right now. Basically, I just wanted to give the bass heads a real quick rundown on the old stereo. And there we go. Like, share, and subscribe.